Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Unit 3. It is time for us to kick off week 3 of 8, and we're going to do that with a quick walkthrough of the assignments for this week, as usual. Just a reminder, too, we do have a workshop tomorrow evening, Tuesday, the 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern, hosted by me. So if you can make it, that's awesome. If not, of course, I will share out the recording and all of that good stuff. But most of the time, what we go over in these weekly walkthroughs, you will have seen what you need to from the workshops, but it is a great opportunity to come in live and ask questions. So I do want to encourage you to be there if you can. All right, so let me go ahead and open the course. We're going to talk about Unit 3, and we're going to look at this sample in a moment, but let's go into the unit first. So the theme for Unit 3 is ideas. We love ideas. Ideas are good. And so we are focusing this week on things that impact you as a student, and as an eventual worker in your chosen career fields. So that's what we're going to focus on this week. As usual, you will want to kick off by getting into the readings and resources. This week, the chapter that you're going to read from the writing textbook is called The Super Secret Academic Writing Process Revealed. It is not super secret. It is pretty well known, but this is going to kind of walk you through what it takes to write effectively for school specifically. You're also going to be learning about active reading, which in many ways is just as important as learning about writing, because one of the big things that people always ask me as an English teacher is, how do I become a better writer? And it's becoming a better reader. To be 100% honest, reading is truly fundamental. That was a saying we used back in the early 70s. Reading is fundamental was a catchphrase, but it is true. So you're going to be focusing on active reading, determining a purpose, and determining what's important. Next, you're going to be learning about some soft skills, what we call soft skills. It's never too late to learn skills to help you succeed, and learn new skills to beat redundancy are the two articles that you're going to focus on. We've got another link to the APA template because you're going to use it again this week, like you did last week for the writing assignment. And then we've got a couple of few videos about breaking down a writing assignment. One of the biggest things that occurs in our courses is that we miss something in the assignment prompt that then costs us points. So this week you're learning about how to avoid that. Now, of course, I focus on that throughout. So we've already talked a little bit about that in weeks 1 and 2. But this week, you're going to be actually digging into the writing prompt, the actual handout, and analyzing the rubric. And we talked a little bit about that in week 2. Rubrics will help you not only target a higher score, but they're also going to help you understand and make sure you don't miss any part of the assignment itself. So take a look at the videos, and then we will get on with the work. There is an interactive this week. This particular interactive focuses on audience, tone, and purpose, which are all very important to college writing in specific terms. So make sure you do the interactive exercise, and then you will have 2 assignments. Now, notice this week you do not have a graded discussion board. So you've got a journal and a writing assignment. So typically you will have the discussion board and something else. This week you get a journal instead of a discussion board and the writing assignment. So for the journal, remember journaling, of course, you want to write about this completely from your own perspective. There's no right or wrong answers. This is all about you and your own experience. So you want to be as specific as you can about your own experiences. You want to share things that have happened to you. Remember, I'm the only one who sees these. So, If you want to write about something personal, it's certainly fine. I will not judge you, but I will judge if you don't give me enough personal information because that's what the journal is for. So make sure that you are sharing your own thoughts and experiences. Make sure that your journal entry is at least 6 sentences long so that it's fully developed. And then you want to answer these particular questions. Do you ever think about audience purpose and tone when at your job or at home? What is confusing you about audience purpose and tone, and what is important about audience purpose and tone. So those are your guiding questions for the journal. Remember, when you are ready to post on the journal, all you have to do is click on the link and then click create journal entry. So it looks similar to when you create a discussion board entry. You will give it a title, and then of course you will type your 6 or more sentences here and then click post entry. Okay. Next is the writing assignment. And as I mentioned, this week you are going to use the template, the same thing that we did last week. We're going to take a look at one and what it will look like. I will share my sample as well as, of course, the template is available here. It's available in the readings and resources. It's also always available over here under APA 7th edition on the far left-hand column. So in this writing activity, you are going to be writing a short paragraph that focuses on specific questions related to using rubrics. So let's take a look at the assignment sheet. This is the basis of this assignment. So you need to open this document. You need to be using this rubric because this is the focus of this particular assignment. So how to do this? Take a close look at the rubric provided for this assignment, which we just looked at the end of this document. Write a paragraph, at least 6 sentences, there's that magic number again, about the most important elements of the specific rubric. And you want to answer these specific questions. Number 1, what stood out to you as you read through the rubric? What do you notice? Like what grabs your attention? What, if anything, was confusing about the rubric? And even if nothing is confusing, if you have, you definitely ask at least one question about the rubric or rubrics in general. And then 3, what would you grade yourself based on the rubric? And use the actual rubric. Don't just give yourself like a C or a B or an A or an F. Use the rubric and determine what number score you would give yourself. You are going to include this in the template. You do not have to have a reference page for this one. We did have a link, at least a link last week. This, you don't have to cite this as a source. We are all using the same source. So this is what it'll look like. Here is the sample document. Notice that it has the title page. It has the page number up in the header. We've got the bold title. We've got the student's name, the English Department Post University, the power of words, my name, and then the date. Now I'm going to change this. So the new date will be the 23rd. Is that right? Yeah. Sunday is the 23rd. Okay. My calendar is all messed up and I have no idea. So we're going to change this to March 23rd. And that way you guys will have this and you don't have to update it. The paragraph starts on page 2. And again, using rubrics in bold, the title is repeated at the top of page 2. Here's where the paragraph will go. And this is just kind of a reminder of what you're going to be covering. Your paragraph will begin here. Make sure that you address each of the questions included in the writing prompt and review the rubric before, during, and right after submitting your work. I've got an extra word in there. The paragraph should be at least 6 sentences long as well. Your paragraph will begin here and it just has the additional repeat. Notice there is nothing else. So we don't have a reference page on this one. So I'm going to save this again and I will give this to you along with the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask either via the Ask the Instructor email or show up tomorrow evening and see me in person. Well, in person is a strong term, but via Teams for the Unit 3 workshop. Remember too, once you have submitted or once you have completed that assignment, you're going to submit it by clicking on the link and you want to use upload files. You do not want to create submission. You want to upload the file, save it, put it from where you saved it, browse local files. Mine will be number one because I've just saved it again. Sample for Unit 3. That's the one there. Click on it, click open. Remember too that you do need to agree to submit to the global reference database and click the submit button. Okay. That's it for this week. It's a fairly short one, fairly easy. No back and forth with the discussion board this week, which is a little sad for me because I enjoy the discussion boards a lot, but I also enjoy reading journals. So it's going to be a good week. If you have any questions, please do reach out. Let me know, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow night. And if not, I will see you back here via video in Unit 4. So take care, everybody. Have a good one.